Hey guys, and welcome back to Isekai. And yes, I just I'm just recording this after watching a stream from Kyle Breeze and BlizzCon and uh what's his name? Dynamic Weeb. Yes, of course, Dynamic Weeb. Dynamic Weeb. Yeah. Anyway, this is supposed to be. God have mercy upon my soul. This is supposed to be, a review for chapter 226, I believe it is. Yes. I'm sorry I couldn't get it out sooner. It should have been a while before now. Uh, um, the problem is I just couldn't believe what I saw. Nice chapter. Let's start with that. Yeah, it's insane chapter. So yeah, so the chapter starts off with where we left it. Gojo's in the domain. I thought, Gojo would God damn, Gojo would actually use a simple domain instantly, or at least, I knew he'd use RCT. I thought he'd use a simple domain instantly, or any other type of domain countering technique. He doesn't use anything. He just stands there and proceeds to do what I believe to be the most unthinkable, most disrespectful. I feel like this has to be the most disrespectful thing this man has done to Sukuna so far. He stands in that domain and takes every slashing attack known to man. This man looks Sukuna. Okay, I'm over exaggerating. But he basically stands there and tanks full on slashes from Sukuna's domain expansion. Blood everywhere, gushing out. The man's bleeding in every single part of his body. His blood's dropping on the floor. I'm surprised he's not dying from blood loss. And he's just RCTing all of it, and just constantly keeps using RCT on himself to the point where he's basically like he is a demigod. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just insane to me. It's still insane to me. I'm still shocked. I did not see. Oh my god. Like how many videos back was it? How many videos? Like was it 2 videos back? 3 videos back? I was like, oh, Gojo, Sukuna's mopping Gojo, and now I'm like, doesn't seem like the case. I mean, Sukuna's technically kind of mopping Gojo, but he's not really mopping Gojo because Gojo's technically also not dead yet. And he's still in Sukuna's domain. There's a lot of stuff happening right now I don't want to talk about because I am, yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, yeah, so where was I before the mosquito bites? Yeah, okay, so Gojo basically gets slashed to pieces in Sukuna's domain. Everyone's shocked, everyone's scared. They keep going on and on. Gojo standing there strong, using RCT to heal everything that's going through, and they just keep fighting. They just they keep fighting. Sukuna jumps down from his shrine and just keeps boxing with Gojo. Gojo somehow, even while using RCT, fighting in Sukuna's domain expansion, is still throwing hands with Sukuna. I am absolutely shocked. I am absolutely flabbergasted. This has to be one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in anime in my life. And the fact that, he's doing this while using RCT and without his curse technique, I gotta give respect to Gojo where respect is due. Gojo has absolutely destroyed my impression of how strong, how durable of a person he is. I would have known. I said in that video, in that old video, that other video, right? I said there are many options. I said Gojo might use. I said he's fast. He can probably react fast enough to use a simple domain or use any other kind of domain countering technique. Nah. He said, what do you mean domain counter, like whatever domain counter technique? Freak that! I'm not using it right now. I'm gonna tank it in front of him. Like he just stands there, eats it, walks on, like nothing happened. I'm sorry. You just stand in Sukuna's domain. You just stand and tank it and proceed to fight the guy hand to hand. I'm sorry. Excuse me? But anyway, they keep fighting, throwing hands. Everyone's talking about how Gojo's doing some stuff. Gojo throws out a simple domain, which I knew he would. I said it was a simple domain or a domain application or, Falling Blossom Emotion. It was one of those three. but I'm glad it's at least one of them came through. Anyway, so they keep fighting, right? Gojo then uses a simple domain so he can, keep fighting Sukuna properly without having to worry about, the domain expansion, without, worrying about Sukuna's domain expansion. They keep going, they keep going, they keep going for a while, and then Gojo, the thing, when the thing breaks, he does it again. The thing breaks again, and like Gojo simple domain, by the way. And Gojo, instead of just trying to run away, you get some time, use a domain amplification, anything. Gojo he just decides for all that is good and only, and I don't understand why. He decides after throwing a hands with Sukuna, decides to, wrap his body around. He wrapped his body around Sukuna and proceeded to yeet him with a red. Nani? No. He first and foremost, and this is insane too, right? Before he wraps his body around Sukuna, right? Before he uses red, he actually uses RCT to revamp his curse technique. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the series. I mean, it can be implied, but I've never seen it before. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Look, this is an insane chapter. I ain't gonna lie to you. Of all the things I would have ever thought Gojo would do in this chapter, this was not in that. It was not even in the area. It was not visible. It was not visible at all. It was not. In my mind, it was not even a possibility. This has to be one of the most insane feats I have ever seen from a character in JJK. It's the most insane feat, period. Like, you don't walk into the King of Curses domain expansion, fight him in it, and then proceed to shoot a red at him in his domain where he should be stronger, and he honestly, I'm still shocked. I am still completely shocked, completely flabbergasted. I'm actually kind of depressed right now. This has to be the most terrible news for Sukuna fans everywhere. I'm actually, in the water right now. I'm actually in the closet about which fan I am right now, right? If Sukuna loses, I'm a Gojo fan. If Gojo loses, I'm a Sukuna fan. Look, as much as I like to push the agendas on the streams, I'm not that guy, okay? I'm not that way, okay? I promise I'm faithful. I promise I'm faithful. Yeah, so, anyway, before the, I do have one problem with this chapter. Like, I know how Sukuna, and I think this is something everyone's had to complain about a bit. Why did Gojo still have clothes on? Now, look, listen, hey, look. I'm not saying I want to see Gojo's abs, right? I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm not saying I want to see Gojo's abs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that your clothes have basically been flashed to oblivion, right? I don't know if a slashing technique also works on clothes. I don't know, maybe if Gojo's clothes were durable enough, as durable as steel, right? I don't know what the idea was how Gege did this, but Gojo shouldn't have clothes on. I'm sorry. Like, yeah, sure, I know he used like a slashing technique. Sukuna used a slashing technique in Gojo's domain, in the domain smashing against Gojo, but dude should not. Slashing techniques are not, dude. It's going through his skin. We know it's going through. We can see cuts on his hand. It means it went all the way. There's no way you can tell me that it cut his skin, only the hand and face part, and left everything else for the elements. Like, you can't tell me that. That part, then I did not understand. It's like, where he shouldn't have. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. But if you do this, how is he still wearing a full set of how is he still wearing a shirt and trousers? Trousers. How is he wearing a shirt and pants, right? Trousers, whichever one you want to call it. And he still has his shoes on. All these things after the multitude of slashes that he has gotten. It just, I don't understand. Is it the spirit? Is it spiritual attack? Is it like it goes through the clothes? I don't know. It should hurt him, but it didn't for some reason. Dude seems fine. Dude just seems to have some slashes around his face. Really, really confusing. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm not gonna say any more about it. I know it's a nitpicky thing, but I just feel like they could have done better. They could have done better. Anyway, what was I? Yes. Next thing. What are the others doing? Everyone there is just talking, and I'm seeing all the meme potential in this chapter right now. Like Yuta's shocked at something. Yuta's making more expressions than he's ever made in the last. See, from JJK 0 to now, this is the most expression I've seen on Yuta's face. No joke. I've never seen Yuta so. He looks so flabbergasted. I mean, but next in JJK is like out for like this for next 2 weeks. It's coming out next 2 weeks. It's gonna be a break next week, so it's coming out the week after that. So yeah, for this chapter, it's really good chapter. I liked it. Outside of the clothes thing, I think everything else made sense and it was perfectly fine. I think Sukuna still Gojo still has a lot to do to beat Sukuna, because even if he does break away from Sukuna's domain, Sukuna still has, again, Black Box and the 10 Shadows technique. And his own curse technique. We forget that he has his own curse technique to use. Like, let's not forget that, boys. Because if we do, you're all screwed. I mean, could you imagine if Sukuna just pulled out like a reversal red from nowhere and out of the black box just says open and just pulls out a red.
Emotional damage.
Anyway, thanks for coming by. Love y'all. Goodbye and have a good day. See you.